calling in my angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Okay, so I've already shuffled some cards. And we've got toxic on one of the cards what I made. So toxic, it's like a masculine or feminine with a gas mask on, with toxic and family. So toxic family, we've got corrupt law officials, we've got a sticker what's got a brain on it, use it or lose it. So this toxic family members, these toxic families love to play mind games. They love to play mind games. For some strange reason, with this toxic family, they think that by playing mind games, it makes them feel real strong and powerful. So they work with extended people, so people from family, other family members, they will extend with their friends and their family, and the more they and people in your hometown. So we've got like a sticker with a town, a city, and monkeys all over the sticker. So flying monkeys, the little monkeys, all right. So this toxic family member is teaming up with a lot of different monkeys all over the town. The dream snatchers, corrupt law officials, they're doing death spells, trying to push this masculine or feminine to the max. They've been summoning demons, more death spells, and then we've got a jar, a picture of a jar. They've been doing jar spells. So we've got jar spells, death spells, dream snatcher, and trying to play head games, a lot of head games, to try and maybe create some sort of mental health disorder. So these toxic family members and this group who's joining to them, they've got some severe mental health issues, what they have unaddressed. So because they must have some sort of unaddressed traumas, unaddressed early adult years, teenage years, or maybe even later in life, they've got unaddressed traumas and they refuse to do the healing, and they are going off and doing some sort of black magic, playing with demons, and these demons are coming back to them, and these demons are reaping their souls. So they're really struggling with their mental health, even though what they're doing to this masculine and feminine is wrong. This family and this group are actually struggling really bad with their mental health. I just getting here, we've got community. There's a community of them. A community, a group of them. They could be part of an occult, part of a coven, and they are extremely obsessed with spell work and summoning like demons to do their dirty work. So a lot of these people who are coming to attack the divine masculine, divine feminine, don't understand why they are attacking the divine masculine and divine feminine. They've just been put under some sort of mind control, or they are under demonic possession. So if they're summoning up demons and conjuring up demons and sending demons towards people, which is totally wrong, these people who come flying towards masculine and feminine, who start doing some really bizarre, strange things, are actually demonically possessed. And it's concerning. So we've got concern. Then we've got journey in reverse. And then we've got imprisonment in reverse. So they are worried about masculine or feminine's journey, or maybe both. They could be worried about masculine and feminine meeting up, their journey throughout life. Maybe they're jealous of someone else's journey and wanting someone else's journey. Maybe someone else's journey, masculine or feminine's journey, seems more easier than theirs. And then we've got imprisonment in reverse. So maybe you are spiritual and they are in some sort of mental entrapment, and they want to create a mental entrapment for the masculine or feminine. So they're not spiritually free. They're not spiritually free. Giving wrong info. So what they're doing is doing a lot of gossiping, and they are slandering and smearing, giving out wrong information. And then they could be going to practitioners, giving out wrong information to these practitioners to get these jar spells done and death spells done and demons getting summoned. So they're giving out wrong information. And then we've got a romance scam. So they could be getting a masculine or feminine to go towards each other to date. They're doing poverty spells as well, grooming gang, and they're linking to some sort of grooming gang. So that may not necessarily be a child grooming gang, but they all groom each other. They all groom each other, manipulate each other, and seduce each other with lies. It could be with this child in reverse, a child grooming gang. This family could actually, with this, yeah, we've got family room and child in reverse and false person. This family could be acting all fake and false. We've got courthouse in reverse because, and then we've got lovers, because there could be something surrounding this family, this toxic family, who is linking to some child grooming. It could be linking to a paedophile ring. So this family, along with their friends community, could be a child sex trafficking ring. Then we've got a house and poverty. So they know where this masculine or feminine live, and they are sending people towards masculine and feminine's home, doing poverty spells, death spells, corrupt law officials going towards masculine or feminine's home, because they are part, we've got pathway in reverse, of some sort of a grooming gang, and doing some sick shit. So sick family joining on to another sick family, joining on to another sick family. And they're in need of some sort of medication and an exorcism as well. High on it in reverse. So the ones who are in this group, this gang and this toxic family, who's doing these jar spells and death spells and corrupt law officials, they're high on it in reverse. They're not held in high honour to God. So there could be whoever's held in high honour to God, they may know that someone is held in high honour to God and they're not liking that. Meanwhile, they could sort it out. They could leave this toxic family dynamic. They could leave this toxic corrupt law placement. They could stop doing these death spells. They could stop doing jar spells. They could stop doing the grooming. They could stop recruiting. They could stop being a dream snatcher and snatching other people's dreams and goals. And they could stop trying to demotivate people who's got that motivation and that drive and them dreams, goals and aspirations, and they could actually turn their own life around and stop being an absolute fucking lunatic, because that's what they are. They're absolute lunatics. So a family of lunatics, pathway in reverse, so they're not light workers. And they're jealous of that light, what's within, so they're trying to do poverty spells. They could have done all this since childhood, with this child coming in reverse. So you could be older now. Family room, family have always been fake, so grew up in like a fake family dynamic. Maybe a new family, there was just something not right with family. And obviously, if it is linking to some sort of grooming gang, maybe you knew that it just wasn't right, that family was incestuous, and family just turned a blind eye to the kids getting sexually abused. Wow. It's making me want to go get a candle. One of the candles what I've made. So I've got sweet orange. So I've got sweet orange and ylang ylang. So if you have been born into a toxic family who all turn a blind eye to this type of stuff and do black magic, it is not your fault. And if you have all your family members grouping up and teaming up against you, yeah, try and get out. Try and leave. Try and leave this toxic family dynamic. You know, if it's people in your hometown who they are getting all together, their family, their friends, do not take your own life. These are a set of low-rank cranks who hold no weight in spirit. They can see your light and they want to dim that light because they are jealous of that light. They are jealous of your strength. They are jealous of your bravery. They are jealous of your courage. And they do not want you to use your voice. So, yeah, again, maybe they've not got dreams or goals or aspirations in their own life, and they always seek the outside recognition. So I'm just going to light a white candle. Don't know if I mentioned what candle I've just lit, but that's sweet orange and ylang ylang. Sweet orange and ylang ylang. Smells amazing. Homemade. And it's literally like proper go through all these candles what I made. Keeping them all to myself. Getting in 4 of Pentacles. So we've got hiding evidence. So with this corrupt law officials, they're hiding some sort of evidence. Now, if they've not done anything wrong, then they would not need to hide evidence. So they'll obviously all be meeting up to discuss some things in the community concerned. If they're hiding evidence, well, it's something what can incriminate them and probably put them in prison for what they've done. So they're meeting up to discuss things. Theft, okay? So they've got in on theft. Then we've got mature woman and family and lovers, and then unexpected income in reverse. So they're meeting up to discuss this unexpected income in reverse and this sudden wealth. So this is why they're hiding evidence. They're trying to hide evidence, any incriminating evidence, what is going to have them convicted for theft of unexpected income and sudden wealth. So they took a gift off a wealthy man of great fortune, okay? So they took a gift off a wealthy man, yeah, of great fortune. They thought, we're not having that come into this masculine or feminine. We're going to team up together as a community, as a family, as a community. We are going to take, theft. And then we've got house. So maybe this wealthy man left a gift of great fortune and a home. They could have took a home. So basically, a wealthy man could have left a gift of great fortune. They took some sudden wealth. So family took the majority of that, and then unexpected income in reverse. The community people who they hired, these corrupt law officials, took some of that unexpected income. They stole a home. They left the person who got, who is the rightful owner of everything, in poverty. We've got despair in reverse and unofficial person. So we've got official person. It was unofficial. It was all done unofficially, yeah? But they used the corrupt law officials. They used corrupt law officials. So we've got this mature woman. She could be putting working behind the scenes. She's high on her. Could have took a message, some sort of will money, yeah? Yeah, and took some sort of will money. So she could be a corrupt law official. She could be. Or maybe she's linking to some corrupt law officials. So this mature woman could have took ownership unofficially of a home and wanted to take that gift of great fortune and started boasting about it. So occupation and mature man. So she started putting the work in with this masculine. So we've got a feminine and a masculine from family who started putting the work in, and they thought, we've worked hard all our life. Why should this masculine or feminine get this? We've done this. We've done that. Why should they get this gift? That's no fake and false. In the courthouse, and then wanted the courthouse to change. So a lawyer, judge, solicitor, corrupt law official to start changing and worked with someone in the courthouse to start falsifying and changing legal documentation so they could take ownership and control. Judge. This Horizon's message. So it could have actually been a judge who left. Great fortune or sudden wealth. Or it could have been a family member But somebody in this reading, a wealthy man, left a gift of sudden wealth. And the community thought, nah, we're not having this, you know. We've got this mature woman and mature man, expectation of marriage in reverse, and privileged lady. So he's getting at this masculine, could be wanting to divorce this feminine. Could be wanting to divorce this feminine. Or, yeah, could be wanting to divorce this feminine. Could be filing for a divorce. Masculine or feminine could be courting or dating and have different lovers. From family. So he's getting some sort of incestuous stuff going down in family. Message of concern, coughing and child, toil and labour and high on air. Okay, so maybe as a child, going back to this grooming gang, having to work as a child as some sort of a prostitute. And family have they've sat back and family have monetised on one of their own children being sexually abused. So he's picking up on with this grooming gang coming on out. Family have monetised off a child being sexually abused. With this monkeys and this town, I was getting that in the community. A lot of people in the community know about it, but they turned a blind eye and start acting all fake and false. They start acting all fake and false. They start acting all fake and false, and they start giving respect to the ones who are into grooming children, and they are helping the ones who's been grooming children, steal wealth and split the wealth amongst themselves. That's absolutely disgusting. So we've got an incestuous family who monetize on dirty child shit, doing all this horrible shit to children, and then black magic on top of that, and then playing mind games, gaslighting, a lot of mind games, a lot of malicious games, because all they want is the money, and they will let anything really bad, toxic go down as long as they get a few quid. So they can show off to people in the physical and act like the big man or the big woman. Where did you get your money from? Oh, we stole it. Oh, look at you, Mr. and Mrs. from family. You look great. You're all turning a blind eye, and everyone in the community is turning a blind eye to what's going down, and they're all playing dumb. And they're all hiding evidence for some unexpected income, and they're all taking gifts. We've got message of concern. They're all messaging each other as well. Then the lovers, the husbands, the wives, they're all messaging each other, all hiding evidence. All hiding evidence, knowing about the change. The eye's getting some sort of trafficking. And they're wanting to turn a blind eye. Adjudication, expectation, and change. So they don't want to make a change, but obviously a lot of these people in this town, this family, extended family and community, their friends who's joining on to friends, they've got children themselves, which is even more alarming on how they all want to turn a blind eye for a couple of quid under the table. So it's even more alarming that they don't want to bring a stop to this. They just want to, they don't want to change the law surrounding it. All they give a fuck about is making a couple of quid out of it, which is absolutely putrid. So I was getting in this hometown, there's no real men and no real women. These are the type of people who, after a few lines of cocaine and a couple of glugs, they'll start getting gobby in the groups and stuff and think that they're really big, strong and powerful after a bottle of vodka, a bottle of Southern Comfort, a bottle of whiskey, a couple of lines of cocaine, and they act like big man, big woman. They can't put all that energy into changing the law surrounding this shit. You know? They can't. They want to change the way this masculine or feminine is viewed and get this masculine or feminine to boot off. So they've got, oh look at this masculine or feminine. They're getting mad. You know, we're working in groups and stuff. We're stealing their inheritance. You know, we're just turning a blind eye to trafficking. We don't give a damn about this, what was gone through his childhood. All we give a damn about is stealing this money. We know that this person, this masculine or feminine's already had a traumatic childhood, but as a community, there's all teaming up to steal someone else's inheritance for themselves. Meanwhile, I bet you any money, the ones who've been like in this group, this family, this toxic family and toxic community, have probably never even been through half as much trauma as the one who they are standing up against and doing a lot of online stalking, physical stalking, playing a lot of mind games because they're all mentally weak and the narcissists. But again, these actual gang stalkers, these onliners where there's just all doing it in group and gangs to try and get masculine or feminine pissed off, they're struggling with some severe mental health issues. And it's unaddressed. They won't accept healing. They won't turn to Jesus. Yeah, so they're all Judas. But again, these are the type of family members and community who dash on out and go mad on shopping for Christmas presents and, you know, Christmas dinner and stuff like that. But all year round, the Judas and doing black magic. They'll even do black magic over Christmas and sit there and have a picture of them around the Christmas tree. So we've got family room in reverse. There's someone outside of the family room, outside of this house. We've got child, thoughts, high honour, and coffin. So they could be wanting to end masculine or feminine. We've got mature man and courthouse. It could be someone and lovers. So it could be linking to her ex who's wanting to end masculine or feminine because, well, we've got this message, corrupt officials who are hiding evidence and wanting to take that sudden wealth for themselves, or taking a gift of unexpected income under the table to turn a blind eye, falsify legal documentation, and then still trot around acting all high on it, and then with these thoughts try and change the way this masculine or feminine is viewed by doing a lot of black magic, a hell of a lot of black magic. So it's coming to light that there's been some sort of attempted murder. 23. So there's been a toxic family, toxic community, sending flying monkeys and trying to end the one who they've stolen from. And playing a lot of mind games, and they all think it's hilarious. They actually think it's hilarious. So if you have been getting stalked, if you've been getting harassed, if you've been getting your sudden wealth stolen, and these people have tore your full life apart and stole everything, and they are trying to make you feel suicidal, do not take your own life. Do not take your own life, because that is what there's wanting. That is what there's wanting. They could actually, we've got courthouse, marriage in reverse, privileged lady, mature man, false person, message of concern, official person, and message. They could have actually done a false marriage with masculine or feminine in order to claim all the assets and power of attorney of masculine's or feminine's inheritance. So he's getting that there's some sort of false marriage as well, which is a lot for one person to go through. Which is a lot for one person to go through. Which is a lot for one person to go through. But these corrupt officials are single. So masculine and feminine, masculine or feminine is single. And they know masculine or feminine is single, but they are trying to claim masculine or feminine to be in some sort of a marriage. Hiding money inside walls. So they could have took this money, drawn the money out of the bank, yeah, stacks of cash, hiding money inside of the walls. Listening into phone calls. So whoever masculine or feminine asked for help with, because they're all about the money in the back, because they're all about the money. They don't want to lose everything what they've stolen. So there's been account hacking, phone cloning, evil, corrupt government officials involved. Evil, corrupt government officials involved. So we have got gang stalking. I was feeling that there was some sort of gang stalking. Then we've got special forces. So maybe even the military could be involved in this gang stalking, and someone from the military could be involved in trying to assassinate masculine or feminine, because they've stolen money and they've all took a piece of the pie. Don't drink too much. So basically, and then we've got premeditated murder. So there's been a premeditated murder. They've all been getting pissed off with stolen money, having like some wild parties, probably sleeping with multiple partners, saying to the missus or the fellas was going to work, what had you, I've got a business meeting to do, I've got work and what had you, and they've been paying for strippers. They've been paying for strippers. Stolen will money. So it could be some sort of will money. Then we've got assassin with this gun. And harassed by prank calls. So getting gang stalked, getting your phone calls listening to masculine and feminine, getting harassed by prank calls. They're all thinking it's funny. They know they're stealing money. They don't give a damn there. They don't give a damn. They're just like a toilet. Masculine stood up peeing. Someone sat down. So it's like you can't even go for a pee, because they want to literally listen in and watch your every move, your every location, which is severe gang stalking. It's physical gang stalking and spiritual gang stalking. It's physical gang stalking, spiritual gang stalking, evil government officials. Evil government officials. So again, there could be military involved in this gang stalking, this phone cloning, doing spell work, because they don't want to lose everything what they've been stealing. Then with this caution single, they've done this to a single masculine or single feminine, because they don't want to see this masculine or feminine do well. They've got some sort of car. So with this money, what they've took, they've bought a car, they've upgraded the cars, they started roaming round in those cars, meeting up, showing off to each other, knowing, we've got Archangel Michael is protecting you. Boss. So they don't want this masculine or feminine to be their own boss. They want to team up in a group and a gang and boss this masculine or feminine around, take absolutely everything off this masculine and feminine, because they don't want this masculine or feminine to be their own boss. So this is like the type of family or families and the type of community who do not like to support small family businesses. They don't like to give small family businesses a chance. 29 before that anyone can get these small family businesses up and running. Yeah, they start trying to smash and tear it apart. Yeah, these are the type of people, if you have a business idea and start up whatever business that may be, because there's God knows how many businesses. If you start up your own family business and you have an idea and you scrimp and scrape to get money put together so you can have a family business, and then obviously if that takes off, extend it and then put like money what you've made into another business to get your own little legacy built. Your so-called best friends and your family members, not all the time, but in this toxic family dynamic and this toxic community people, they will do everything they can to smash and tear your family business, yeah, apart, because they've got nothing else better to do with their life, because they've got no dreams, they've got no goals, they've got no aspirations. Anyone who does well in life, that's it. That's it. Butterfly and camera. So there could be trying to look through camera. There could be cameras placed inside of the home. There could be trying to get images of masculine or feminine. Maybe with this romance scam. With this romance scam, they could be sending someone towards masculine or feminine to date masculine or feminine and have like some sort of sex, whatever, to get masculine or feminine on camera. Because I was getting that this family is incestuous. This family is too preoccupied on if someone who's single's finally dating somebody else. So you could have been single for a while. That's not going to resonate with everyone. Sunflower. I've got a sunflower sticker. So maybe you are like a sunflower, or maybe these people are like sunflowers. Sunflowers, when the sun comes up, sunflowers naturally, no matter like whichever direction they're in, as soon as the sun comes up and wherever the sun is, sunflowers naturally turn towards the sun and they look up to the sun to lap that sun up. And then when the sun goes down, you know, they'll start to like go down with the sun. And then when the sun comes up again, the sunflowers start following that sun because they love that light and they absorb that light and they feed off the light of the sun. So it's getting, because you have a light within yourself, people want to assassinate that character. Could be actually doing some actual physical assassination attempts because they're jealous of this single masculine or feminine doing a business or having their own business or own business ideas. They would rather take the sudden wealth for themselves and then sit there acting all like they've never done anything of the sort. So we've got like a sloth with like a boom box. So they've been partying, they've been drinking, they've been celebrating, trying to ruin someone else's life. A very distorted masculine could be the ringleader of all this. We've got a very extremely distorted masculine who could be a ringleader of all this. Could be the ringleader. Back to school. So there could even be child or children involved. There could be teenagers involved in this, knowing about it, participating in it. They could be using the children as little runarounds, 3322. So the child or children totally ruin their full life. We're getting in on gang stalking. We're getting in on stealing money. We're getting in on trying to spread lies and assassinate someone else's character. You would have helped them. So I'm getting that the one who they've stolen from would have done anything they could to help that person or these people, if they could. Not just with monetary wise there, I mean like maybe with some kind words of wisdom, you know, or a chat, a shoulder to cry on, like listening ear type of thing. So they've totally done someone over who would have done anything they could to help someone in their darkest hours, just because they've got that spite or jealousy. So the eye's getting that they're jealous of this person's strength. They're jealous of this person's strength. Yeah, they're jealous of this person's strength. School teacher. So there could actually be, with this back to school and school teacher, there could be a school teacher who's involved in this gang stalking and harassing this masculine or feminine. Yeah. So you could have got harassed by school teachers as well, because school teachers get in on gang stalking. And if these school teachers don't like your attitude and they harass you and think that they can have a go at you, because, well, their head is gone because of it as a school teacher, what had you. Literally, if you stand up to these school teachers, they will start bullying your children, and we've got mental magic. So this group, this toxic group, family, yeah, it's game over for them. It's game over for them. Single. And then we've got Jesus. Yeah, Jesus is out in them, all right? It's game over for them. Jesus Christ is king. 35. It's game over for these folks, yeah? They think that they can assassinate someone's character, someone who's highly ranked. A school teacher has been involved. So we've got school teacher. So linking to school teachers. So we've got a toxic family. Then we've got a community of people. So that could be the general public, corrupt government officials, school teachers, military, maybe police, law officials, all getting in on stealing someone else's sudden wealth and then wanting to assassinate their character, bully them. They've all been getting like pissed up. They've been getting all pissed up and then carrying on this bullying, this harassing, this prank calls, this stalking and hiding evidence. Mobsters, so they all think they're mobsters, but again, it's game over for these folks. Their body's just a vessel for the devil. So they put hits out as well. Hiring private investigator. And they're going to have to pay compensation. So what this group, this family, this community, these teachers, these corrupt officials, law officials are going to have to do, they're going to have to pay back everything they stole, and then they're going to pay compensation on top of that for that level of gang stalking, that level of harassment, listening to phone calls, spying, you know, stealing and trying to play some stupid mind games. And then what they've done is they're probably doing some sort of false reports and a lot of manipulation. So basically we've got Jesus Christ as king again because this Jesus sticker. So what they've done is they've took everything off this masculine or feminine, and the school teachers, yeah, have been manipulating the children against their own parent because the school teachers have been getting in on stealing some unexpected income off one of the parents with the family members and toxic government officials, law officials, and they think it's hilarious. I've been through pretty much similar myself, so, and they're all thinking that there's mobsters. We've got just eating conflict spells. So they could have been tapping into your computer, one of these people who work in the schools, hacking and tapping into phones and computers, again, corrupt government officials, yeah, and if you was ordering any food online, Just Eat, yeah, there was poisoning that. Check in. Then we've got some sort of army guy and emergency. And toxic. So they're very, very toxic. There's a married woman who's getting in on this stalking. So maybe this married woman's husband's been in on this stalking, this gang stalking, and harassing this masculine and feminine. And this married woman's got in on this stalking and harassment because this married woman is very, very toxic. And she could be working in emergency services, so emergency police, emergency like ambulance services, emergency police, emergency ambulance services. So they're all just grouping together. They've all got different jobs in different areas and they've all got mobster mafia, gangster mentality. But then we've got the Jesus sticker again. Jesus Christ is king. So although they are trying to assassinate this masculine or feminine character and deliberately trying to rile this masculine or feminine up so this masculine or feminine gets mad so they can go, oh look, we've been riling this person up, yeah, disturbing their peace and stuff like that. So when they get mad, we can say, oh look at them, aren't they the bad person? Oh look, there's something wrong with them. I mean, we've only just gone and stole sudden wealth, and we've only just gone and stole and put hits out on somebody, and we're only just like hiding evidence, and that is literally what they are doing. They're only just been gang stalking and shit like that because that's all they get in on doing. Buzzing. We've got a buzzy bee. They're absolutely buzzing with themselves. Absolutely buzzing with themselves. We've got electrician. So obviously, if this is thinking to government, there's going to try and send some dodgy electrician to start an electrical fire. They're trying to send a dodgy electrician to come inside of masculine or feminine's home because they're still planning the next attacks. Because they want to come inside of this home. But it's coming to an end. They want to come inside of this home and mess with, because they were linking to a cult. And they could be getting paid a lot of money. There could be Masons involved. Okay. And they keep sending cranks who's mentally retarded. We've got a helicopter, so they could be flying helicopters over your home. What would not necessarily normally fly over your home, but they just want to let you know, these corrupt government officials, that they are still watching, yeah? They're still watching, even though they've robbed absolutely everything and taken absolutely everything, they're still watching. They're still watching. Throat chakra blockages. Confusion spells. So this is where I've got messed up my words. They're doing throat chakra blockages. So they're trying to block your throat chakra to stop you from speaking out. Then doing confusion spells. So they want to create confusions. They keep working in illusions and confusions, and they keep trying to delude absolutely everyone around them to believe absolutely everything they're saying, and everyone around them is falling under these illusions. There could be, because it's linking to toxic family, cameras inside of the home. So cameras inside of the house doing a lot of black magic, and it's getting maybe quite possibly tried to do an insurance job. Tried to possibly do an insurance job. Message. Yeah. So they could be doing an insurance job, trying to end this person. So they've already stole a lot of money. And then what they're trying to do is end this person so they can literally monetize off this person's death as well. But again, I've been through pretty much similar myself, and the UK government and the police, the law department have done nothing for me because they're all involved in accepting money under the table. Obviously, it's corrupt government officials, so the government is not going to do anything for you. Again, because there's listening to phone calls and hacking into emails and stuff like that, you could go ask a law official. You could go ask a solicitor or a lawyer and ask them to listen to you, what's going on and what have you. And these gang stalkers, these corrupt family members, these toxic family members, these people in the community and the corrupt government official, they're all going to go over to this law firm, basically tell them to shut up and give them some money under the table to turn a blind eye. Because that's all they do is work in large groups and bully. So cassette. Yeah, they could be listening, taping phone calls. They could be listening in, taping phone calls. Again, they could be working from multiple fake accounts. So they can have multiple fake accounts in different names. But Jesus Christ is in army. So there is someone who is either in the army, serving in the army, who is involved, or someone who's left the army and got some sort of a military background who's involved in this. And they are getting in on that plotting against you. So they're a snake and they're very toxic as well. They're very toxic, and obviously they've got in on that because they want some of that money so they can go spend it on partying with the pals at work and acting like a big man, paying for loads of drinks to the mates, like, where you got all your money from? You know, where you got all your money from? By just getting at these people with this army helmet and like a skeleton and a fag hanging out of the mouth. They're all dead on the inside. So because they're dead on the inside, they want everyone else to be dead on the inside just like them. So again, they're heartless and they're soulless and they're dead on the inside. They need Jesus. They need Jesus. Brain, use it or lose it, but they've been doing death spells, premeditated murder because they're extremely toxic. Maybe someone could be attracted to that brain. Yeah, incubus or succubus could be attracted to that brain. Jesus. But Jesus Christ is king. So they are trying to create some sort of mental entrapment because they're bound. They're bound to toxic relationships. And because they are bound to toxic relationships, they want everyone else to be bound to toxic relationships and in a toxic environment, in toxic relationships. They expect everyone to stay in toxic relationships, stay in marriages or relationships where they're not happy. And they expect, like with these school teachers, they expect if you're a single parent, they expect to be able to bully the single parents. Yeah. So they'll come at you from all angles. I've had this myself. They'll come at you from all angles. Yeah. They'll start like calling you up over the most tiniest little thing. And I mean the most tiniest little thing to stress you out. They don't give a damn, these school teachers, if you have work or you're looking for work or you're going to college, you're studying, you've got research to do, you've got housework to do, you know, and during the day when the kids are at school, it's your time, you know, to get whatever you need to be getting done without people harassing you. They don't care because they're at work, right? Yeah. They want to harass you while they are at work. And they will do that. I've had this with my daughter's school teachers where they harass, yeah. They've harassed my kids, yeah. They was deliberately, because they didn't like me, they was putting nits in one of my daughter's hair. They was literally bullying my children at school. The teachers was getting involved in grabbing my daughter, one of them by her arm, dragging her all over and like pushing her into an office and talking to one of my daughters on her own about sex because they're absolute bullies. They're absolutely disgusting. So the teachers are bullies. And they think, look at us, we're a teacher, we can bully your kids to get at you. And this is what it is. They think that they can rob and steal absolutely everything. They think that they can hack into your phone, you know, any recordings you've got with this tape, you know, any like images of yourself. Like if you're having like what I had with some random guys, these school teachers and these corrupt government officials and these weirdo army guys, because there's a lot of weirdos who are just pure toxic, think that they can take your images, or if you've messaged any of these and, you know, like had a bit of a flirt or a bit of sex time or whatever, these toxic army guys, because they're mentally retarded and mentally immature, they will either show everybody these pictures or videos, or they'll upload them to a website to monetize off them, and they'll spread it around to the local community and go, look, I've got a picture of her, look at me, mate. Mentally immature. They need dishonouring, and they need to get kicked out of the army, and they need a good fucking telling off, and they need a slap at the back of the fucking head. Stealing inheritances. They think that because they are in this government position, they can get on stealing people's inheritances. Lordy. One of them might like to have spent some money at Starbucks, getting everyone to Starbucks. They might have liked that. Look at me, I've got all this, you know, I've gone to a coffee shop, I'm getting all these different coffees, or ice cream shop. There was buying ice creams, coffee, getting pissed up, partying, raving. It wouldn't surprise me if they started going to cinemas, bowling, you know. And then we've got this emergency, then acting like a hero to the general public. Look at us, we're government officials and stuff like that. We're acting like heroes to the general public, but deep down, yeah, behind closed doors, they are doing some sick things. They are doing a lot of black magic, yeah, and they are gang stalking people and stealing their inheritances, and then they stand and appear on camera and they make out like they're heroes, and they're not. They're not, because they hold no weight in spirit. Yeah, they act like they're an absolute animal, like they're an absolute beast. So there could be again worshipping the beast, corrupt judge, Facebook hacker. We've got union pay, so they could be doing paying, bank transferring money to each other, wire transferring money to each other. Some way, shape or form, they're transferring this stolen money to each other, passing it around. Everyone else, in their eyes, everyone else is allowed access to this inheritance except from the rightful person, because they've got some severe control issues. Some of them are starting to regret what they've done. They put some money in an offshore account. They've maybe cloned identification. They could have opened up a bank account in that person's name. We've got Google. They could have hacked into someone else's Google account, this masculine or feminine's Google account, took any information off their Google account, name, date of birth, identity card details, phone cloning, type of stuff, and they'd be roaming around, they'd be paying for stuff and claiming inheritance and stuff. There's a trail of evidence in someone else's name. Toxic, they think they're masterminds. And then we've got a landlord who's sending people towards masculine or feminine. So these landlords, these council landlords, they are obviously linking to the schools, yeah? So these council landlords are linking to the schools, and you'll have the council landlord coming at you, people who work in the council, then the school people coming at you, then the military people gang stalking you, then there's community gang stalking, then these law officials gang stalking and harassing, and then family members harassing, thinking it's hilarious. That is enough to drive anybody insane, to the brink of breaking point, to insanity, to having an emotional meltdown and literally contemplating taking their own life. But again, if you've been through all this, do not take your own life. Pray to God. Pray to Jesus. Pray to God. Pray to Jesus. Because God, Jesus the Most High, He will always give you that strength to pull through. Real friends. So a friend could be involved. Fake lips with fake lips. So one of these people who you thought was one of your real friends, a friend for life, we've got this blind, and then this Grim Reaper type of character. This so-called real friend with big lips, could be fake lips. This so-called friend, fake friend, wants you to be blind, that they're all teaming up together to try and end this masculine or feminine out of sheer spite, out of jealousy, because they want to be able to get a couple of mil in their lips. And they want to make themselves look all pretty, and they think that they deserve more than the one whose inheritance it actually is. They think they deserve it more. So this fake friend is very jealous, angry, bitter, trying to block and stop justice, thinking that they're the boss and they control everyone in the full entire world, and everyone in the full entire world should bow down to them and their group of gang stalkers, flying monkey, and bow down to their toxic ways. But again, do not take your own life, because what it is these people are very, very weak-minded. They want to call themselves some sort of beast. They want to call themselves a wolf. They want to call themselves this, that, and the other. But they're a set of sheep, all right? They're a set of sheep. Because someone has said, oh, let's do this, let's do that, oh yeah, and then they've all started joining on in. That's what you call a sheep. We've got a big eyeball with like bloodshot, yeah, so they've been sending evil eye. There could be someone who, masculine or feminine, had some sort of romantic connection with at one point. This is why this romance scam's come out. Someone who had a romantic connection with this masculine or feminine at one point has been jealous. So stay aware of your surroundings, because there's a lot of jealous, toxic people around. A lot of toxic government officials, a lot of toxic army people, military people. We've got hot air balloon. They've got an inflated ego. Maybe they're jealous of that confidence. Maybe the thought I aren't seeing masculine or feminine have their own inheritance and stuff like that. Nah, I'm not having that. Pepsi has just come out. Pepsi sticker. which I've got a can of Pepsi right now, actually. Pepsi Max. Which tastes really nice. So, yeah, Pepsi Max. And then we've got Coca-Cola. So you might like, or the person, you know, the ones in the group might like Coca-Cola or Pepsi Max. And drink a lot of fizzy drinks. I mean, I drink a lot of fizzy drinks, even though it's bad for you. So they could have planned to go Florida and stuff like this. You know, if we participate in this, we can go on holiday. You know, we'll have a couple of grand or at the end of the table and we'll all go on holiday and we'll piss it all up the wall, all the fives there. Signing legal documents to claim assets, fraud, robbery. Yeah. So I think that is falling in the category of white collar. I think it is falling in the category of white collar crimes. Yeah. And blue collar. Yeah. So it's financially motivated, committed by individuals, businesses, and government professionals. White collar crime. But then it's going into blue collar as well. Blue collar crime. So it's white collar crimes and blue collar crimes, which is robbery. Yeah. Yeah, so, and then they tried to get other people who's like on a very low income to help them so they can take that fall as well. So they're just trying to recruit anybody to get other people to take the fall, and then hidden illegal activities. You know. Watching from a fake account, so that this is what they are. They're nothing but fakes, frauds and phonies. They want to set up fake accounts, watch it from a fake account, throw a shit ton of black magic at you. Yeah, they need to find a hobby. Copycat, doppelganger. So there could be a few copycats, doppelgangers with this identity theft. Copycat doppelgangers. And then they know what they've done, but because they think it's hilarious, I mean, it'd be completely different if it happened to them. It would. It's a fatal attraction. So there's a fatal attraction. So this old, like, romantic cameras inside your home, old romantic, what have you, may have this fatal attraction and something to do with cameras inside of the home, which is just weird. Because who wants to sit and watch someone inside of their home? Who wants to sit and watch someone inside of their home? They're freaking weirdos. They're absolutely weird. Absolutely weird. So they're going to get done for a hell of a lot of crimes. I mean, they think they're going to get away with it because they think, oh, I've got connections here, I've got connections there, I've got connections here, and I've got connections there. Now they're going to get thrown to the wolves. Yeah, they're going to go back into poverty. They're going to go back into poverty, trying to live it in reverse. They're going to think, I can't believe it. I put in all that work behind scenes and what have you. I was actually raving, I was living it up and I was loving it. And now what? There's going back into poverty. We've got a high on it and change on the distant horizon. So there's going to be a change to them being seen as high on it. And they're going to go back into poverty. They're worried about this person's journey, going from poverty, yeah, and being seen with this great fortune. Then we've got community in affairs and leaving this local community, because who wants to stay in this local community? Who wants to stay in this local community when that's all they do? You know, have their eyes on what's not even theirs and think that they can team up together and take it out of sheer spite and out of sheer jealousy. 59, 59. Who wants to be in a community like that? You know what I mean? Who wants to be in a community who wants to start spying on you and following you wherever you go, like you're some fucking freak of nature when they're extremely toxic? Yeah. Who wants that? Who wants to be near one of these people? No one with any normal brain. No one. No one with a normal brain wants to be near these people when they find out how involved these family members have been, yeah, these toxic community people has been, and the local government, yeah, no one's going to literally, yeah, these so-called officials, message of concern and high honor, that's going to be changing. And then we've got marriage in reverse. So maybe they're going to start getting divorced. Yeah, they're going to lose the jobs, these so-called officials. They're going to start going through divorces. The missus is going to be like, what do you mean you've been getting in on gang stalking and robbery and theft and trying to murder somebody just because you want to take their money? And the missus will leave them. And because no missus is actually going to be, you know, want to be with someone like that. I mean, how can you trust someone like that inside of your home? Especially if they've been planting spying devices and cameras inside of like another masculine or feminine's home so they can watch that masculine or feminine undress, especially if there's child or children involved, especially if it's linking to child trafficking. Especially if it's linked to child trafficking, I'm telling you, any of these normal women will get rid of their army, military type of guys, or these police officers, or these school teachers, yeah, the wives and that will just get rid. Or their husbands, you know, because maybe husbands or wives didn't know about it. And when they do find out about it, they're going to be absolutely disgusted. They're like, what do you mean you've been doing death spells? What do you mean you've been robbing someone else's inheritance? What do you mean you've been trying to murder somebody else because you want to take all their stuff? What do you mean? Is this where all these gifts started coming from? Is this where all this extra added money started coming from? Yeah? And it is. And it is. So if all of a sudden, yeah, these cranks start acting all rich, posh, privileged, and 1 minute they was on the bones of their ass, and the next minute all of a sudden they're rich as fuck. It's because they've been involved in organised gang crime. They've been involved in organised gang crime, robbery, theft, identity fraud, and all that. Which is just shocking. So I'm going to leave that there before I start getting mad about it. Because my karmics will love that. Because again, I've been through pretty much similar myself, and there's no help from the local law enforcement because they're involved. There's no help from the courthouses because they're involved in it. There's no help out there anywhere because they're all involved in it, which is a shame because Jesus Christ is King, and Jesus is King. So sending peace, love, and light.